Welcome back. It's time to start episode 5 of flipping from a bronze dagger to an AGS. Last episode we started with 369k and we profited 889k to finish with 1.25 mil. Our best flip of the last episode was the Topaz Ring Ifarate's Aid, which we picked up for 51k and we sold for 270k. I feel a bit awkward calling it the best flip because it actually took around 24 hours to sell them off, and that really slowed everything else down. But it was the largest raw profit of the series so far, so yeah, let's call it our best flip. I'm really keen to get flipping with a 1 mil cash stack after flipping such small items for so long, so let's get to it. The first item that I found is Dragon Pickaxe Upgrade Kits. They usually trade for around 80k, but lately people have been selling them for 50k each. The plan here is to buy them for around 50k and to sell them for, 85k. And the second item that I found is Agility Potions. They've been pretty flat for the last week until just today where they've gone completely volatile. If I can get some for 1k, I might be able to sell them for a lot higher if they remain so volatile. We tried mummy clothes in the last episode, but we didn't have any success, but I think it's worth trying again. Mummy feet have been going between 200k and 400k for the last week. I'll try and get some for 256k and sell them for 400k. This looks pretty nice and volatile. For the last week, Zamorak cloaks have been going between 32k and 60k. I'll put up an offer for 34k and I'll see how it goes. This looks very inconsistent, but I really want to try it. Loverkench hoods usually trade for around 15k, but earlier today people were buying them for around 200k each. I'll put up an offer for 15k and let's see if we can get lucky. Super Compost is an item that is very consistently traded for around 600 each, but according to the latest prices I should be able to get some for around 410 each. This is pretty low risk, so I'll give it a go. And we managed to pick up some agility potions. I reckon that's enough for now. I'll cancel this offer and I'll put them up for 2.3k each. And just recently, Dragon Scale Dust has been trading for between 160 and 240 each. I'll use the recommended price of 188 and I'll see how it goes. And for our last item, Plant Cure has been trading between 166 and 350 each. Now, I'm not sure what the buy limit is on these, but hopefully this works. And these items look pretty good, I reckon. There's a good mix of high risk and low risk, consistency, inconsistency. I'll check back on these tonight. So it's actually been 24 hours since I last logged in. I simply didn't get a chance to check my offers last night, so we're already in day 2 of this episode. Looking at what we've got, I'm actually super disappointed. Only 2 of our offers went through fully. We did have some pretty low volume trades going on here, so we have to accept the reality that sometimes you actually just miss out. It's time to collect and cancel and sell our items. In the last hour, Dragon Scale Dust has been selling for 238 each. I'll put up an offer for 237 just to speed things along. The recommended price for Super Compost is 498 each, but I can see that this price is slightly outdated. The last couple of price points on the graph show that I could sell it for up to 530 each, so I'll be putting an offer for 525 just to be safe. The fact that we managed to buy Plant Cure for 166 each seems like it was a massive outlier. Currently it's selling in the 340 GP range quite consistently. And it looks like we missed the boat on agility potions. They're back to their normal price. I'll sell them for 1120 each to match the recommended price. And yeah, nice, the Super Compost sold nice and quick. So looking at the history, we bought the Super Compost for 246k each, sold it for 315k. That's a 70k profit. So now we've got 984k to spread around 5 items. Let's start looking. And for the first item of today, I found this. Ancient Dragon Hide sets are usually worth 330k, but just recently they've dipped to around 230k each. I'll put up an offer for 235k, and the plan is to sell it for 330k. Now, if this isn't a textbook flipping range, then I don't know what is. For the last 3 days, spider carcasses have been trading for between 200 each and 450 each. I'll place my offer for 222 each and I'll aim to sell it for 450. Zamorak robe tops looks like they could be pretty good to flip. Earlier today they spiked up a bit in price, but since then they've been trading between 250k and 380k. This looks a bit risky because if I buy one and it returns to its usual price of around 200k, I stand to lose around 50k. But nonetheless, I'll put an offer for 251k and I'll see how it goes. And we managed to pick that one up in less than a minute. So I'll sell this for 313k based on the recommended price. For our second last item, limestone bricks look like they could be pretty great. For the last day, they've been trading for between 200 GP and 400 GP, but I'll put up an offer of 205 GP to match the recommended price. And finally, our last item is going to be Holy Blessings. The aim is to buy them for around 20.4k each and to sell them for 27k each. It's the night of day 2 and this is what we managed to get. Just over half of our offers went through, that's not too bad. So we've got 1.1 mil and these items here. I'll just get on to selling those now. We managed to pick up 750 limestones. According to the site, the recommended price is 411. I'll put them up for that much. Plant cure potions have dipped a little bit since this morning. I'll put them up for the recommended price of 292. We didn't manage to get enough spider carcasses to justify waiting around for them to sell. It would be much more beneficial to just move on and use a GE slot for something else. Looking at the latest prices on the graph, I can see that Holy Blessings have sold for as high as 29k each lately. I'll put up an offer for 28,500 and I'll leave them up for a while. And nice, a plant cure was sold for 110k. The Dragon Scale Dust earned us 49k, we bought them for 188 each and we sold them for 237 each. We did pretty well with the plant cure as well. We bought it for 63k, sold it for 111k, that's a profit of 48k. And finally, with the Zamorak Road Top, we bought it for 251k and we sold it for 313k. That's a nice little 62k profit right there. Tuna has been selling for around 80 to 90 each for the last day, but right now they're trading for between 2 and 10 GP. That is a crazy dump. I'll put up an offer for 56 each and I'll try to buy up as many as I can get. Gold trim black wizard hats usually go for around 400k, but just recently I can see that they've been going for as low as 128k each. I placed an offer for 135k and I'll hope to get a cheap one. Oh nice, managed to get one for 100k. Since that went through instantly and these hats are almost always worth over 300k, I'll put up an offer to buy another one. Oh wow, they just keep selling. I'll see how many I can get. Got one for 150k. I meant to put up an offer for 135, but 150 is still good. Fat fingers. Could I possibly get one more? Nah. Okay, so that was pretty crazy. According to the site, the recommended price is 383k, so I'll put them up for that much. If this goes through, that would be by far the best flip of the series. So it's going to be pretty hard to top off the wizard hats, but I found baby impling jars going between 1k and 1.8k each. I'll put up an offer of 1,210 to match the latest price. I hope to sell these for 1,600 each for a 400 GP profit per impling. This looks like a really brilliant flipping range here. Boots of Darkness consistently trading between 120k and 170k. I placed my offer for 123k. And for the last item, we've got 260k to spend. I found trimmed black D-hide chaps going for 112k and selling for up to 300k. I placed my offer for 123k to match the recommended price. And this is what we've got at the end of day 2. It's pretty good to see that the tuna's selling. I think that we'll make around 30 GP for each one that goes through. And of course, these wizard hats stand to make us around 250k for each one. That would make my dreams come true, honestly. Alright, I'm off. Let's check these tomorrow. So shortly after I finished recording the last session, we managed to pick up all 6,000 tuna for 56 each. I put up an offer to sell them at 96 each as per the most recent data points on the graph. It's day 3 of episode 5 and this is what we've got. Just after I finished recording last night, both the Boots of Darkness and the Black D'hide chaps went through for 123k, so I quickly set them up to sell just to move things along. I'm totally stoked to see that the Wizard hats sold for 383k. We bought those for 100k each, so this profit's going to be insane. Let's collect and cancel and see how we're doing. So now we've got just under 1.3 mil, and these items here, which I'm guessing are worth around 700k. And having a quick look at our GE history, we bought these limestone bricks for 205 each, and we sold them for 411 each for a profit of 155k and a 2x return. The Holy Blessings were bought for 122k, and they were sold for 171k for a 49k profit. And for our best flip of the series so far, which is still ongoing, we bought these Black Wizard hats for 350k, and so far we've sold 2 of them for 766k. The recommended price for Black Wizard hats right now is 368k. I'll put the last one up for that much. And the baby implings continue to be pretty volatile. Since there's no guarantee that they'll go back to their peak of 1.7k, I'll use a recommended selling price of 1448. The recommended price for Boots of Darkness is 125k, but I think that seems a bit low seeing as they sold for 149k just earlier. I think a sell offer of 148k seems quite good for that reason. It's worthy to note that when the trading volumes are so low, it's easier to pluck a price from the graph instead of relying on the average data. And finally, based on the last trade point, I'll sell the Black D'hide chaps for just under 160k. And nice, all of our tuna sold for 474k. And looking at our profit, we bought the tuna for 336k, and we sold it for 474k for a profit of 138k. So now I've got 1.75 mil and 4 GE slots. Let's start looking for items. For our first item of the day, I found Unicorn Horn Dust. It's currently selling for around 368 GP and has been selling for as high as 600. If I get some, I hope to sell them for around 500 GP, assuming the margin is still there. And for our next item, Mind Alter Teleports have been going between 1200 and 2k for the last day. The latest trade showed that I might be able to get some at around 1350 each. Smoke runes usually go for between 40 and 50 each, but just recently they've dropped down quite a bit. If I can get some for the recommended buy price of 29, I hope to sell them for around 40 each. So now I've got just under 700k and 1 GE slot to work with. We've got a lot of high volume flips going on right now, so I think an expensive fashionscape item would be good to flip. For our last item, I've found Evil Chicken Legs. Looking at the latest trades, they've been going between 600k and 900k, which honestly seems perfect. I placed an offer for 607k to match the latest data point. And with 90k left over, I'll update the Unicorn Horn Dust to use all of our remaining money. Oh hell yeah, the last Black Wizard hat sold. That's another 368k. So looking at our profits, we bought all of those Black Wizard hats for 350k and we sold them for 1.15 mil. That's a profit of 800k on those hats. So to use the money from the last Wizard hat, I found Zamorak braces. For the last day, it's been bouncing around between 40k and 50k, and according to the latest prices, our plan is to buy for 41k and to sell for around 50k. And I'll just put the remaining 40k into Unicorn Dust again. Alright, so these are the offers that we'll be leaving for all of day 3. I'll be going to work today, so I won't be able to check these offers until tonight. It's the night of day 3. Looking at our offers, I can see a lot of green, which is super nice. Let's collect these offers up and see how we're doing. So now I've got just over 1 mil cash and these items here, which I'd guess are worth just over 1.5 mil. So for the Unicorn Dust and the Smoke Runes, I'd say it's not worth selling it for a high price. Having a GE slot is far more important, so I'll be putting them up for significantly under the recommended price. Having a look at the graph, I'd say that these chicken legs, which we bought for 600k, could sell for 900k. These Mind Alter Teleports look like they could sell for 1780 each based on the recommended price. And finally, the most recent data point of the Zamorak braces shows a sell price of 49k, so I'll put them up for that much. So with these selling, let's find 4 items to spend our 1.3 mil on. For our first item of tonight, Unstrung Emerald Amulets are selling for between 420 and 720. Since 420 is a very low price for these, I'll bump up my offer to 450. Oh, so I actually forgot to check our profits from before, so let's do that real quick. We bought the Boots of Darkness for 123k, and we sold them for 148k for a tidy 25k profit. The Baby Implinks we picked up for 121k, and sold for 145k. And the Black D-Hard Chaps we picked up for 246k, and sold for 320k. And speaking of the Black D-Hard Chaps, they still look very good to flip. Looking at the graph, it appears we can buy them for around 115k and sell them for 160k. I'll pick up another 2 of them. For the next item, Sacred Oil has been trading between 1.8k and 3k for the whole day. That's a nice amount of volatility in a tight range. I'll put up an offer of 1,815 to match the recommended price. And for our second last item, Trimmed Magic Amulets are currently going between 31k and 45k. I'll pick up 3 of them, and the plan is to sell them for 45k each. And finally, with 276k left to spend, I've found Dark Bow Ties. This is a very low volume flip, but the margin on these is insane. I'll aim to buy this for 271k, and the plan is to sell it for 400k. So this is what we've got. I'll be leaving these overnight, and on day 4 we'll wrap things up. And oh my god, just as I was about to log out, the Evil Chicken Legs sold for 900k. So we bought the Evil Chicken Legs for 600k and sold it for 900k, that's a 300k profit. So on the high volume page, I found Opal Dragon Bolts going between 1900 and 2.1k. I'll place an offer for these and I hope to get them while they're still cheap. It's the morning of the first day and the perfect time to wrap things up. The magic amulets actually bought shortly after I stopped recording last night, so I put them up to sell for 45k. It's very nice to see that they went through. Let's collect everything up and review our progress. So at this point we've got 2.6 mil and these items here. With it being day 4, this is the longest I've ever left any episode going. And that definitely means it's time to start the liquidation phase. The liquidation phase is a part of every episode where we sell everything that we picked up to track our progress and give us a fresh start for the next episode. We bought these opal bolts for $18.95 each. Looking at the site, the recommended price for them now is $21.58. Looking at the graph for trimmed black D-Hard chaps, they're still going between 116k and 160k. If only we weren't liquidating, I really want to keep flipping them. I'll sell them for 159k. And a couple of minutes later, the dark bow tie sold for 400k. That brings us up to 3 mil. So while we leave these 2 items selling, let's check our profits. We bought the dark bow tie for 271k, and we sold it for 398k. That's a 127k profit. The Zamorak braces made us 63k, we bought it for 328 and sold it for 391. For the magic amulets, we made a 14k profit for each one, giving us 42k profit in total. And the Mind Altar teleports we bought for 1351 each and sold them for 1780 each, giving us a total profit of 129k. Alright, so I'm going to head off to work, and when I get back, hopefully these items will have sold. And at the end of the day, everything has sold. Time to reveal our final cash stack for this episode. 3.5 mil. Let's have a look at the profit on these last 2 items. We made an 87k profit on the black D-Hide chaps, bought for 231, sold for 318. And the opal bolts we bought for 176k, sold for 200k for a 24k profit. And that's the end of episode 5. We started with 1.258 mil and finished with 3.518 mil, meaning we made a profit of 2.26 mil or a return of 180%. And while we're making money, AGSs are also crashing, so we're getting closer and closer to our goal from both directions. With AGSs being worth 19 mil, with 3.5 mil we are 18.5% of the way there. Once I finish this series, I'm going to be moving into making weekly guides on how to flip. So get subscribed if you aren't already and you're keen to see those. One of the first things that I'll cover is how I find the items that I flip in these videos, and how to figure out which buy and sell values you should be putting. And as always, come drop by the PlatinumTokens Discord if you want to discuss flipping with others. Or if you just want to lurk, that's cool too. Peace.